I'd like to welcome back in studio. It's been a month or two, I guess. Scott Blewitt, Sunapee Recreation Department. How are you?
Great. How are you, Steve?
Doing well. Appreciate you coming in this morning.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Things good?
Things are very good.
Good.
We got a little snow, makes it feel like, okay, we're in the middle later.
It's coming.
November, so it's knocking on the door. So it feels good to wake up to it, and then throughout the day it melts, so that is nice too.
Right. Things are flying. This month is insanely. I mean, here it is, November 19th. Next week is Thanksgiving, which means more to you because you got the turkey trot.
Yeah, gobble, gobble, gobble. Thanksgiving is great. This is the 15th annual Lake Sunapee Turkey Trot, which has been a wonderful family tradition, community tradition in Sunapee Harbor for 15 years now. So it's very exciting leading up to it. Really, a lot of the people that come to the race, I see year after year, and that's probably the most exciting and satisfying part, just to know that it's been a part of family routines to participate in the race and then go off and enjoy family time together.
Yeah. So this race, how did this start? You were one of the founding fathers of this, right?
I am, yeah. Myself and David Rowell were the last remaining two. The third member was Katie Flint.
Oh, yeah.
So really it came to be from a Lions Club meeting 16 years ago that I went to, and at the time somebody had kind of mentioned thoughts of doing some type of road race on a very popular walking and running route anyway, which is Burke Haven and Lake Ave in Sunapee Harbor. So I left the meeting reaching out to Katie Flint, thinking, knowing that she's the one who kind of mentioned it, and we put it together, made it happen the first year, and I think we had 276 racers, which by itself is fantastic.
Yeah, it's huge.
And then it really, the next year it doubled, and then doubled, and I think the fifth year we had 1,000 racers registered, exactly 1,000. And then after that, it's kind of, declined a bit and really leveled out. Race is going to plateau. So we end up with somewhere between 600 and 800 racers, which is still a bunch of racers for little town Sunapee and Sunapee Harbor. And then it's all weather dependent.
Right.
Yeah.
It's funny. There's a few things in my life that have come up where I hear the idea and I immediately say, that's stupid. That's not going to work. That's stupid. The Lake Sunapee Turkey Trot was one of those things, because I'm thinking, nobody's going to do this. It's stupid. And then I was totally wrong. It's awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
totally wrong.
And you're not wrong. The thoughts of sitting in your comfy chair watching the Macy's Day Parade is probably a little enticing. But again, it's great. And to get up early and to see the sunrise in Sunapee Harbor, and then it's just nice, and people just start to show up, and we do a kids 1K chicken run at 8:15, and then the excitement starts to build. We've had some years, 15 years, we've had every type of weather. The last 3 have been pretty chilly. So everybody's kind of huddled in the livery.
Yep.
And then they all make their way to the start line, which is by the covered bridge on River Road. And they're all dressed in costume, and it's just so fun.
Yep.
And it absolutely makes it worth it every year to offer the race and to get up early when it's a little cold out.
I don't know if this makes any sense, but it's kind of cool to share that kinship with strangers, that you're doing something on a holiday.
Yep. And if you go to our website, sunapeeturkeytrot.com, you can look at the list of entries and you can see where everybody comes from.
Oh, okay.
And it's amazing. Of course, you're going to have the locals that live in Sunapee, Newport, Claremont, Croydon, and the surrounding towns. But the people that travel here from thousands of miles.
Yep.
And that's how they're doing it. They're celebrating. And there's been some people, let's take Kevin Corliss, for example. He's done the race many a times, but there's times maybe he wants to go visit his daughter for Thanksgiving and her family. Right. He'll find a turkey trot someplace else.
Oh.
And that's great.
Yep.
because there's a lot of races, and I think Thanksgiving Day is the most popular race day of the year. But some of the others that are around here maybe are the next day, Friday or the Saturday before. But to do it on Thanksgiving Day is a commitment.
So Turkey Trot is happening next Thursday, which is Thanksgiving morning. If you haven't registered, is there still time to do it?
Yeah, you can register online in advance, no worries. And then you can also register Wednesday night, the day before Thanksgiving, at the livery from 4 to 7 p.m. You can also register the day of the race at the livery from 7 to 8 p.m. 7 to 8 a.m. Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. And you don't have to run it, too. So I've done it twice. The first time was after you and I did Biggest Loser.
Yep.
So I felt better about myself and could actually run 5Ks. So I did it then, and I ran until I found Brookhaven Hill. Then I wanted to die. And then Christine Smar and I did it a few years ago, and we walked it. And it was a nice morning to walk. Like, I enjoyed the walk, too. Like, that was a fun thing, too.
Yep, and that's the great thing about this race is there are going to be some people that are serious and they'll finish it in 15 minutes or less.
Yeah.
And then there are people that just want to enjoy it and just walk at a good, comfortable pace, and they'll finish it in about an hour. And again, we welcome all. So please come. The majority of the people just kind of jog it. They finish in about half an hour.
Yeah.
Strollers, if you have strollers, those are certainly encouraged. When you line up to start the race, just make sure at the back of the pack. The one thing that we just can't allow for insurance reasons is dogs. Yeah. So we love dogs. I love my dog, but please don't bring them to this race. But strollers are certainly welcome.
Okay.
Yep, singles and doubles and 4 across and
4 o'clock. My goodness.
Yeah.
So I know events like this with Turkey Trot, which is happening on Thursday, November 25th. It's the 15th annual. It's not just you that's doing this. You have a whole bunch of volunteers that give a lot of their time.
Yes, it certainly takes a team to put this together. David Rowell has been part of this from day one. He's like the wizard behind the curtain. He does the website. He does all the registration. He does stuff that I will never understand because he's like a engineer, like a computer engineer.
Yeah.
So he does that, and he is a wizard. And then I'm the smiling face at registration, but we have a team of volunteers that help register, help distribute shirts. The PTO is also involved, and they're taking pies and selling pies to benefit the PTO organization. So the term "it takes a village," I know is sometimes overused, but it truly fits in this application.
And between like emergency personnel and everything else, you guys have it all taken care of.
Yeah, Chief Cahill, Police Chief David Cahill is there. Again, he's been there every Thanksgiving Day. Steve Marshall represents the EMT squad. We couldn't do it without them. The highway crew is called out, as needed. Most years there's a little bit of icy and slippery spots on the backside of Brookhaven. So yeah, Police, Sunapee Highway, Sunapee Fire Department. Absolutely. Couldn't do it without them to make sure the course is safe and fun.
Talking to Scott Blewitt, Sunapee Recreation Department. Next Thursday, Thanksgiving, is the race. Where is the furthest person that you've had somebody register? Like, I'm assuming they're here for Thanksgiving, visiting family. Like, have you had anybody from like Europe that was here, or Hawaii, or Oregon, or whatnot?
No, there's a lot that come from California. I can't think of foreign countries that they might come from.
Yep.
But California, Washington State. Okay. Definitely the the West Coast.
That's always the interesting part about the online registrations. Like when I sell tickets for Brewfest, we had somebody from Ohio this year. I'm like, how? And Ella was like, they're probably here at the lake, and they wanted something to do.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, well, that's cool.
I know, and it just makes you think. When you throw a big net like social media and you promote there, people see it. And it's just amazing. The connections or how far it travels.
Right.
Because I do have a Lake Sunapee Turkey Trot Facebook page. And then we have the bulk emails and such. But local ads, there's going to be a big ad coming out in the Kearsarge Shopper, so that will cover quite a few communities. But as far as how did somebody know from the West Coast to sign up for this race?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just want to talk a minute about the proceeds.
Yeah.
This race is organized by Sunapee Recreation Department, and all proceeds benefit the Recreation Department. We've used money in the past to help with the skate park. Mm-hmm. That's at Veterans Field, as well as the Nona Pierce Playground, which is at Tilton Park. Right now, our biggest focus is Veterans Field, to continue work on the basketball court, the parking lot, build a concession stand, and hopefully we can build a pickleball court as well.
Oh.
So the proceeds from this race are definitely going to go towards those projects.
Is there room for pickleball court at Veterans Park?
Well, that's to be determined by Pathways Consulting. There are some engineers that we have working on the project.
Okay.
The hill right there that's typically used as a sledding hill, could be terraced a little bit and put a court there, whether it be a tennis pickleball combination. Yeah, so we hope so. If not, we might have some other locations that we could look at. Obviously, definitely a plan A, plan B.
So now, what's the part? Is it Dewey? Is it that up? What's the one up the hill?
Yeah, Dewey.
Right? That's Dewey?
Yep, on both sides of the road. So we have Dewey Baseball Field, and that baseball field was created when they were doing the cut for Route 11.
Oh.
So that field is all fill. And then on the other side, the Mount Royal side or the Seven Hearts side, that is also Dewey land. So the Dewey's
that?
left about 100 acres, and then the state put Route 11 right through it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, split it in half.
So now what's on the other side, where the Mount Royal side is? Is that anything?
Right, no, there's an old building there, and it's just meadows.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
That's town-owned property?
Town-owned property. Yep. So we mow it, once or twice a year.
Yeah.
That side really has been untouched for the most part. The snowmobile trail goes through it, so in the wintertime, it's groomed. But in the other 3 seasons, it's not so much.
Okay.
It's a nice piece of land with a wonderful view of Mount Sunapee.
Now, when the Dewey family gave this to the town of Sunapee, what was the precursor? Was it for recreation?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, so they gave 100 acres, and then they also gave the beach.
Yes.
Yep. So it was for recreation.
Excellent.
So right now it's designated town forest, so it's under the watchful eyes of the Sunapee Conservation Commission and the Society of Protective Forest.
Gotcha. Talking to Scott Blewitt, Sunapee Recreation Department. So with the money that is raised, how much money do you guys bring in out of this?
This race usually profits $12,000 to $15,000.
Does it really?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yep, it's a good race. This year we have probably the most amount of sponsorships than ever before. So please check out our website, sunapeeturkeytrot.com, and check out our sponsors because we are extremely appreciative for the money or the goods they've given towards this race. So yeah, we'll end up making $6,000-$7,000 in sponsorships and another $10,000 or so in registration fees.
Wow.
And again, we keep the price. We've always had the same price for the race, $20 in advance, $25 day of. And if you register by November 4th, you get a shirt. I think I'm giving away 350 shirts,
okay.
Long sleeve, orange shirts. So, we try to make it affordable as best we can. We want to give back to the people that participate in the race because I see so many people wearing shirts from prior years, sometimes just out in public, sometimes at other races. I see them on Facebook at another race, and they got a Turkey Trot shirt on, so it's good to see.
Nice. Talking to Scott Blewitt. Anything else to get on today?
No, just, whether you come to the race or not, I just want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, and this is a wonderful time of year, and It's beautiful. We live in a special place.
And if I can get one more gobble, gobble, gobble out of you.
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
There you go. Let's go, Blewitt. Scott, we'll talk to you down the line.
Thank you, sir.
Wish you the best of luck next Thursday, or this coming Thursday. Lake Sunapee Turkey Trot, 15th annual. And you can log on to sunapeeturkeytrot.com to register or just show up the day of or the night before at delivery.